Setup note for people who want to grind a bull end mill. In this case, we're doing a pretty large corner radius on a very long 3/4. We use the traditional center finder to locate the point of contact between the wheel and the tool. We have the angle set at 12 degrees in this case. So we have the DRO zeroed, and then we're bringing the tool to the wheel, and it should look like this. This is always good to check. When you think you've got 0, take a look at that. You should be able to swing it, and that corner is right on the wheel. And if it's not on the wheel, if you find that the end mill is away from the wheel a little bit in this axis, then move your y-axis back, move this around, and move the upper x-axis in to touch the wheel. Rotate it back, and then this makes the end mill stick out a little bit farther this way. So it's a good way to check to see if you're on center before you start. Always dry run your movements. So I'll explain the setup for putting a secondary angle on a large bull nose. Here we've got a 3/16 radius, and we just want to put a secondary on there. So on the radius here with a step pin, and also on a radius attachment, the indexing pin has a step in it. When you use the step, it tips the tool over 7 degrees. This will give you a kind of a vectored result when you go to grind your secondary rad. Secondary is ground at the same radius as the primary. We move the table over to the left 50 thou. And the reason is because there's some shape in the end of the tool, and you want the radius to come up the tool a little bit. When you swing the tool spindle, you don't have to swing it all the way back because the angle's pretty steep. So basically you set up the same. You have to re-zero your height. Once you've tipped the wheel, we tip the wheel to 22 degrees. You want lots of clearance on the side, so you've got 7 plus 22. You're getting almost 30 degrees there. Should be good at the bottom of the tool. And then when you're swinging the spindle, you don't have to swing it all the way back. You swing it from about 80 degrees to about 10 degrees. Because you don't need any more clearance on the bottom. Basically, to set the upper y-axis, you do it the same as you do all your other ones. You put it in this orientation, bring the upper y into where you want it to be, just barely touching the wheel. And then you set your in feet exactly the same. You just come in this way until you get the grind that you want on the bottom. You don't need a lot of clearance. You've already got clearance on the bottom. But you do want clearance on the side, so that's where it's most important. So once again, you reset your height and centers so you know where you are because you've tipped the wheel. Wheel's tipped at 22 degrees. You are using the step on the step pin. And then go into touch and just swing your rads. It's pretty easy. Don't overgrind it. You're just looking for good clearance on the side. If you have any trouble, give us a call or send us an email, cuttermaster@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.